Ladies and gentlemen, Barry C here with another cryptocurrency video, and we are very close to the second leg up of this bull run, what we all know as an alt season, and XRP is absolutely going to lead the way. We've already seen the first leg up in 2024. From the end of October heading into November, we not only saw the beginning of the bull run, but XRP was the leading crypto. It led the way. XRP went from 50 cents to over $2 to $2.50, $2.60, $2.70 in the space of a month. Now it's interesting because back then, when XRP was moving rapidly from $1 to $2, it was the greatest thing that anyone had ever seen. It was mass euphoria. People were sitting there going, I wish I'd done more because I want more XRP because look at how the market's moving. It's going to keep going up. And then funnily enough, we're in the exact same scenario now that we were back then, where when XRP is still hitting around the $2, $2.10, $2.20 mark, only now it's the biggest catastrophic event. It's, people are giving up. They're frustrated, they're annoyed. And it's funny what 3.5 months, 4 months different makes. And this is why it's so important to have a realistic, common sense approach when it comes to crypto, where the market is, and where we're going. Because early 2024, when XRP was around 30 cents or 40 cents or 50 cents, if someone said, hey, XRP going to $2, $2.50, good or bad, 100% of the people would have said, yeah, that's great, good. We'd love to see it start moving rapidly. Whereas early 2025, now it's suddenly a terrible thing. And let's be, once again, really realistic about this. It's not like XRP has crashed back down to 50 cents. It hasn't gone back down to where it was in 2024 before it started moving rapidly. And this is something I've mentioned in quite a few videos, but it's definitely worth mentioning again. This is the new cheap XRP. People have had 3.5 years to accumulate XRP. And for those of you who've been following me for quite some time, you heard me back when it was 30 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents, talking about making sure you accumulate and making sure you build a plan. Because when things start heading towards October and November of 2024, XRP will start skyrocketing. And there'll be a new cheap price that you'll have to pay. And that new cheap price will be a lot more expensive than where it was, early 2024, middle of 2024. And the responses to a lot of those videos were, you're just overhyping, you don't know what you're talking about, blah, 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 whatever. Personally, none of those comments really mean much to me because I know where the market's going. And sure enough, we get to end of October heading into November and XRP starts moving rapidly. And the main sentiment wasn't, oh wow, it's skyrocketing. I've got so much XRP, I can make some amazing profits. The main sentiment was, I wish I'd bought more XRP. Or in some instances, people saying, I wish I'd actually bought some. And, for years I was telling people this is where the market's going to go. And this is all based off what the markets have done in the past. I've been through 2 bull runs. This is my 3rd one. And, since at least 2019, people have talked about, bull runs don't really matter because we'll have a utility run just around the corner. And that utility run has been just around the corner since 2019 until now. And the reason why I'm highlighting this is I see a lot of different narratives being pushed right now. Whether it's the same narrative we heard for 3.5 years, which is XRP's done, XRP's not going anywhere, XRP's not going back above $1, or in this case, it's not going to go above $3. People have been pushing that for years and years and years. Or the other narrative I'm hearing a lot from as well is that people are saying, well, it doesn't really even matter about an alt season because we're so close to a utility run. Once again, this is a narrative I've heard for years and years and years. And the result is always the same thing. People get lulled into a scenario which always ends up them compromising on what they're doing with their accumulation and their holding with XRP. Now, if you're in the first category, what I saw a lot of people do was they were sidelining themselves. They're effectively saying, I'm not going to buy XRP because it's been trading sideways for 3.5 years. I want to wait until the market starts moving. I want to wait until XRP starts moving, and then I'll buy. And what happened was that, it's not like it goes from 50 cents to $1, over a couple of months. This was happening rapidly. Every day, XRP was going up and up and up and up and up. So you couldn't get 50 cents anymore because now it was 80 cents, then it was $1, then it was $1.20, then it was $1.50, then it was $2. Then it went back to like $1.50, then it was $2.50, and then, it moved rapidly over the space of a month. And so people couldn't exactly catch the cheap XRP as it started pumping. And so now instead of the 30 cents or 40 cents or 50 cents, well, now you're paying more. And that's the same mistake people have made in February and March. They look at XRP at $2 and they go, well, I want to wait for 50 cents. I don't want to pay $2 per XRP. And you can actually go back and look at the XRP charts and you can see where XRP was less than 1 cent in 2017. And then in 2018, it went to over $3 a coin. And then once the market dipped and you saw 3.5 years of a bear market cycle, it wasn't like XRP was dipping back down to 1 cent. Now it was trading at around 10 cents. So now you're paying 10 times more for the exact same crypto you could have purchased at less than 1 cent. When we got to 2020 and 2021, instead of paying, 19 cents or 15 cents, even with the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit, XRP moved quite rapidly. It went to over $1.65 and went up to $1.80. And then when the bear market came around, it wasn't like we're back down to 10 cents again. Now you're paying 30 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents, 60 cents. And the exact same thing is going to happen this time around. We've already seen it happen. We saw XRP get to $3 early 2025. And then when we saw this little mini bear market happen within the bull run scenario, it wasn't like XRP crashed back down to 50 cents. No, now you're paying, kind of the average price you're paying is around $2. It kind of hovered between like $2, $2.50. At one point it dipped back down to about $1.80, but it never went back down to 50 cents. And we haven't even seen an alt season yet. If we get to $5 or $10 or $20, and then we see the bear market come back for another 3.5 years, we're not going back down to 50 cents. We're going to be paying, let's say it goes to $5, then we'll be paying around $2, $2.50 for XRP. If it goes to $5 or $10, or let's say $10 or $20, well, now you're paying $5 for XRP. Maybe even $10, depending on how high it goes. But this is the way the market has played out over and over again. And so then I see the next narrative that gets pushed. And people say, well, it doesn't really matter historically what's happened. It's all about the utility run. I've been hearing that since 2019. And yes, I think the utility run will happen a lot sooner than people anticipate. But then you fall into the same problem people have been making since at least 2019. And it's the same problem people have seen with the XRP buybacks. We're seeing this new thing getting pushed right now, which is apparently XRP could go to $100,000 a coin. I don't believe it, but that's what's being pushed at the moment. And this is the same problem people fall into when they talk about, utility run is just around the corner. People make these assumptions that now, XRP is going to rally to $1,000, $10,000, maybe even more. And it's going to happen a lot sooner than people anticipate. So it doesn't matter about decision-making process right now. It doesn't matter about accumulating. It doesn't matter what the alt season does. It doesn't matter because mass utility is coming and it's just days away or weeks away or months away. And look, obviously, I would be happy if I woke up the next day and banks were using XRP and we saw a $1,000 XRP or a $10,000 XRP or more. That would be life-changing. Absolutely. But I don't make my decision-making process on that. And I would never put out content like that. And the reason why I don't put content out there like that is because it doesn't seem realistic to me. It's not common sense. And for me, I've said this many, many times, I base my approach on the time I've been in crypto. So yes, XRP's gone from less than 1 cent to trading at least over $3 from its listing and inception to where we are now. We've seen XRP rally to amazing price points. And yes, I think XRP is the crypto that has the best potential of a utility run. But it doesn't mean that I make my decisions on the fact that XRP could hit $10,000 tomorrow. What I do is I build it on the foundation of what I've seen in the past. And right now, unfortunately, we're tied to 4-year cycles. We're tied to the Bitcoin halving, the post-halving bull run, the second leg up of the bull run, which is the alt season. After the alt season, we crash into a bear market. Typically, it's a 40 to 50% correction, and then that lasts for about 3.5 years until the next Bitcoin halving event. That's just the way crypto has been since the existence of crypto. Even when it was just Bitcoin around, we saw that happen on a much smaller microcosm level of Bitcoin going from $1 to $100. And then once a lot more altcoins started getting listed, that's when we saw things start moving rapidly. And we saw the first official alt season happen in 2017. And XRP has always performed well in these bull runs and alt season scenarios. Now, here's the thing. Initially, when I started making content, I was talking about this idea of maybe 5 to 10 years for a utility run, because banks and financial institutions are one of the few industries and few areas that have yet to embrace blockchain technology. And that makes sense, because you can't make a drastic switch like that to a pretty standard financial framework, which is what we're all used to using, and going, now it's all blockchain and crypto. I mean, it was a big enough shift to go from cash and checks to even internet banking, even credit cards and debit cards. You know, that's still a massive shift, and people still don't even want to use internet banking. They want to use cash or the more tactile, physical interaction of conducting finance. So you've got people there who don't even want to consider an app or don't want to have anything electronic. So imagine now you flip a switch and everything now has to be done via a blockchain. People will panic. There will be mass chaos. It's not something that we can roll out overnight. That's why, for me, I've always said a utility run is going to take some time. Now, look, I don't think it's going to take 5 or 10 years anymore. I think it could take maybe 1-2 years. And that's because we see a lot more confidence in the crypto space right now. And if you have someone at a presidential level, which we do, talking about XRP is one of the few cryptos that he himself and his administration are willing to highlight, accumulate, and hold, that is extremely bullish. And that's the type of confidence we need for banks to start considering using blockchain technology. Now, of course, once banks and financial institutions have that confidence restored and they get the green light to go ahead and start utilizing blockchain and crypto, they're not going to sit back and go, you know what, we've been waiting since 2020 and 2021. The Ripple versus SEC lawsuit came out. You had like Bank of America, for example, saying, hey, we're sidelining ourselves, but we're ready to start using XRP. We just want to see a resolution in the lawsuit. Once that's completely resolved, once we see, as we've already seen actually, we need to see the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit completely resolved. We already have the confidence at a presidential level. So once we see these things align, then banks are going to turn around and go, well, I'm not going to wait. I want to utilize the crypto that we've been trialing since 2017. And that crypto is XRP. And so what banks and financial institutions will have to do is they'll have to start making that migration and that shift to utilize blockchain technology. They'll more than likely have to do some trials to make sure that the world's banking and financial system can actually run successfully on a blockchain, and that XRP can be that successful crypto. Those things have to happen. So even when the green light happens, it's still going to take some time. That's why when I see people talk about, oh, utility is just around the corner. Look, if we see banks announce they're using XRP, that will absolutely skyrocket the price. But the actual utilization happening in real time, in the real world, that's going to take some time. They're going to have to trial. There may be positive results, there may be negative results, but it's going to take some time. And like I said, I don't think it's going to be 5 or 10 years. I think it's going to be between 1 and 2 years, look, maybe even 2 to 4. It's going to happen a lot sooner than I originally anticipated. And that's because we see at a presidential level this pro-crypto sentiment and wanting to make things better and easier for people to conduct finance. And so the main point of all of this is don't get suckered into these narratives. Don't get suckered into, well, it's all about the alt season and it doesn't matter about utility. Or don't get suckered into, it doesn't matter about the alt season, it's just about utility. And don't get suckered into, well, there's never even going to be an alt season. The main thing that I focus on, and this is not financial advice, but the main thing I focus on is there's a reason why out of all the cryptos that existed, XRP stood out to me in the first place. XRP is the number one crypto in finance. It has led the way and paved the way and set the standard for any other finance-based crypto out there. It is the only finance-based crypto that has complete legal clarity, and it is the crypto that has the greatest potential of mass adoption and a utility run. So that's why for me, none of these negative comments, FUD, negative narratives, they don't impact me, not anymore. Back in the day, absolutely, it was a different story. But as I've been in crypto longer, and as I've seen the direction of the crypto market, and as I've seen what Ripple and XRP have been doing year in, year out, I have 100% confidence in the future potential of XRP. And that's why every step of the way, I've made decisions to put myself in the best position possible for the exciting times we have ahead of us with XRP in both an alt season and a mass adoption utility run. Now, ladies and gents, as always, none of this is financial advice. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And if you're curious about the other cryptos I hold outside of XRP, consider becoming a Patreon. Click the link in the description below, head across to my Patreon page, and consider becoming a Barry C VIP. They'll have access to all my cryptos, as well as my buy, sell, and take profit signal in real time.